thrifty travellers just got another incentive to spread their wings. Budget airline EasyJet has launched a new booking platform that allows customers to connect more easily onto long-haul flights with other airlines. It's teamed up with Norwegian Air and Canada's WestJet to sell seats on the long-haul leg of the journey with a connecting flight in Europe on a combined ticket. And it's cheaper. A return flight from one of Europe's main cities to New York can cost around $1,000 on some traditional European operators, while an EasyJet flight using its new partners costs around $800. EasyJet passengers can now fly to several destinations in the US, Buenos Aires in Argentina and Singapore. And the company is also in talks to extend the service to Middle Eastern and Asian carriers. The downside is that travelers will have to check their luggage in at each destination. But if more are willing to do some heavy lifting, this could mean tougher competition for bigger airlines like Lufthansa and British Airways, which already subscribe to connect their services with networks like Star Alliance and oneworld. EasyJet says it doesn't expect additional costs in operating the new service. So, penny-pinching passengers with expensive tastes and destinations may soon become jet-setters for less. Adefemi Akinsanya, TRT World.
Let's get more on this now from aviation entrepreneur Fabrizio Poli, who joins me now from Manchester. Fabrizio, great to have you on Money Talks once again. Let's talk about this new service that EasyJet is offering. It's teaming up with WestJet and Norwegian Air. Norwegian has been facing a considerable amount of resistance from legacy carriers in the US. Could EasyJet face similar problems in offering these services to passengers?
Well, first of all, EasyJet aren't going to be operating their own aircraft on this. They're teaming up with other airlines, while Norwegian basically have the short-haul aircraft, the 737s, and then their 787s that do the long-haul bit. So it's a slightly different formula. And from EasyJet's standpoint, I mean, it's not that they've gone out and bought a load of large aircraft to offer that service themselves. They're just they've done a deal with another airline. The challenge I see is coordinating the flights. So when you're coming in, on another carrier and you've booked yourself on EasyJet, is EasyJet going to wait for you if suddenly your long-haul flight is late? So they're going to have to get that one right, and that's obviously going to take a bit of practice as they iron that system out. But it's interesting. But I also think it's interesting where everybody's trying to compete across the Atlantic, which is a very difficult one to pull off and make money. I think the concentration should be here on routes towards China and the Far East. That's a development I think we should be seeing and airlines should be looking into more than anything else.
That is an interesting point, Fabrizio. I mean, like when you look at another budget airline across the other side of the globe, AirAsia, for example, they have been trying that long-haul budget airline model, and it hasn't quite worked for them, has it? So has EasyJet, do you think, learned a lesson from what AirAsia's been doing and sort of lowering the risk of doing budget long-haul this way?
Well, I mean, I think today in business, it's very interesting because the world is moving at a speed that it's never moved before. So when you're setting up a business, writing these 60-page business plans is no longer the way. You just have to come up with an idea and try it out and see if it works. So some ideas are going to work and some are not going to work. So you just have to be quick at getting it right. You're going to make a lot of mistakes along the way, but then eventually, because you've tried a number of things, those mistakes is the pathway to success. You'll eventually get the formula right. What is the right formula? I don't know, but you just have to keep trying. And the fact that AirAsia is giving it a go, and they've failed a number of attempts, and they're sort of refining their strategy as they go along, eventually someone's going to hit it right.
Okay, Fabrizio Poli, aviation entrepreneur in Manchester, thank you ever so much.